Trying to make time for everything as a teenager is rough, let's be honest. School dominates half your day, and then you never have the energy to do the things you actually care about. Most of the people we know just get home and scroll. Luckily, I found a way to make time for everything, and I mean everything. School, YouTube, self-improvement, and a part-time job. Somehow it feels pretty effortless now. I have really high energy, and it's all because of this 3-step system I learned. If you're a teenager watching this, I'm actually proud of you, because this is top 1% teenager stuff. You're going to learn a lot. So let's begin. When I first started self-improvement 2 years ago, there were many habits I wanted to do. My problem was that I didn't have time for it, or at least that's what I told myself. My friend would say to me, "Oh, why don't you start going to the gym with me?" Quickly I was defending myself, telling him that I didn't have time because I needed to go to work and school and do homework, as well as also play badminton. So I don't have time. Because I continued to tell myself that, it became a reality. I genuinely thought I didn't have time. In reality, I was just coping. This was just a sign of bad time management. Now I go to school every day from 8 till 3 p.m. I go to the gym, work a part-time job, spend time with my family and friends, do homework, and also make videos. And the funny thing is, I have less time to do all this now than I had 2 years ago. Step 1. Find out what you want to focus on. So first, write a list on a piece of paper with 10 things that would be nice to have time for in your day. Then circle the 2 most important things and rank which of the 2 things is the most important out of all of the list. Now it would be better to just have 1 thing left on the paper that you want to focus on. But since you're also in school, I think that's too unrealistic. For me, the 2 things I prioritize are exercise and YouTube. This is what I spend most of my free time on. For you, it could be fixing your mental health, going to the gym, spending your time with family, working on business, doing homework, or etc. These things that are actually important, unlike scrolling and endless content consumption. Now you might say, "Oh, but the title says, how do I make time for everything?" Yeah, when I say everything, I'm talking about important and meaningful things. And since you can't do every important and meaningful things, you have to be picky. You have to pick the ones that will actually serve you the most and which you actually like the most. Step 2. Make a timetable on paper and your phone. So even though the timetable isn't the most sexy answer, it's the way that you can fit in all the important things you want to do. So now that you've written down the 2 things that you want to focus on, we have to plan your time so it's used as efficiently as possible. So again, take a piece of paper and write down what your ideal day would be. Now this day should be the most productive day you can think of. Now while writing the timetable, keep in mind the things you have to do, like eat, sleep, go to school, but also the 2 things that you've picked out that you want to do. The reason why we write the most productive day is not because I think you're some kind of like David Coggins who is 100% productive and ultra disciplined. It's just because then you have something productive to do at all times and something better to aim for. Now that you have your productive timetable, write it down in your phone notes so you can always see which task you need to be doing. Step 3. Remind and adjust. Now that you have your ideal day written down, you want to try sticking to that routine every day. Now this is hard, and that's why we have to put some reminders in place. The first one I do is making it a habit to randomly open the Notes app and look at timetable instead of just scrolling on weird shit on social media, and this will really ingrain the timetable more into your brain. Now if you're a bit forgetful like I am, then you can also take that timetable and stick it on your wall. But I'm not so much home on the school days because I have school from 8 till 3 p.m. as I said, then I go to work and to the gym. So hanging my timetable on my wall doesn't really help because I'm not so much home. But there is one thing, putting my timetable as my phone wallpaper. Because on every time I open my phone, which is obviously quite often, I can see it, and therefore I'm always reminded and never confused of what task I need to do. And now you have an easy time remembering what you need to do and when. Then every week, sit down and review the timetable. Was there something you could optimize, make more realistic, or save a few minutes here and there? By doing this, you make sure your timetable is always updated and at its full potential. Let's summarize. If you follow these 3 steps, step 1, find what you want to focus on. Step 2, make timetable on paper and phone. Step 3, remind and adjust. I guarantee you'll start using your time way more effectively and finally make time for all the things you've wanted to do. Alright, that's it. Put one foot in front of the other.